I got a new digital microscope. It is by Andonstar and it's designed for people like myself who work with electronics. Specs include a 64 megapixel camera, a 10.1-inch display and 4K video recording at 60 frames per second. Not bad for the price. But how does this microscope perform in real life? Well, we're about to find out. But first, full disclosure, this review unit was sent to me for free by Andonstar. I can say anything I think about it, and the company had no influence over this video. Now let's take everything out of the box. The display and microscope are one single unit. This at the back is what contains the optics and captures images. The base is made of metal. It is not very big, but it is heavy and has these nice chunky rubber feet in the corners. These pieces hold the microscope in place above the base. They are also made of metal. The power supply is a 5-volt USB adapter. It connects to the microscope with this cable that includes buttons for power and brightness control. The smaller USB cable is for connecting the microscope to a PC. You also get an HDMI cable for connecting the microscope to a monitor. And this remote control. Batteries are not included. What is included is a 64GB micro SD card for storing photos and videos. You also get a card reader in case you need it. There's also a bag of spare parts and a couple of clips that hold things like PCBs in place. Interestingly, the set includes 5 test samples to look at, as well as this holder for microscope slides, which has an LED light at the bottom. Finally, this is a cleaning cloth, presumably for the display. I followed the user manual to put the stand together. The process took me about 10 minutes. Honestly, the instructions could have been better, but I figured them out eventually. Once you mount the microscope to the stand, you can connect the power cables. One end connects to the power adapter, the other you hook up to the back of the display, and the third one goes to the base for the built-in lights. If you are going to use the holder for slides, you plug the last cable into it. This powers the light inside. And now we have a working microscope. The power button on this remote turns the microscope on and off, and the 2 other buttons control the brightness of the built-in lights. There is another set of LEDs around the lens of the microscope. These you control from the display unit. Now let's take a look at this Arduino board. You adjust the focus manually by turning the ring around the lens. I gotta say, the image quality looks amazing, even on the built-in screen. There is virtually no delay on the display, and there is no noticeable distortion around the edges of the frame. How much magnification you get depends on how close the lens is to your subject. You move it up or down on the stand, or you can make finer adjustments using the big knob over here. This is a video I took at maximum magnification. The PCB is as close to the lens as it can be. And to give you an idea of how strong the magnification is, here's what you were just looking at. SMD elements about 1 mm wide. You can get really close with this microscope. But if you are working on a PCB, you will probably want the lens higher up. You cannot really solder anything if there's a 10-inch display in the way. You do not get as much magnification in this scenario, but it's still better than relying on your eyes alone. Also, digital zoom is really useful in this case. Remember, this is a 64 megapixel sensor, so even at 8 times zoom, there is enough detail to get the job done. One issue I noticed, you cannot use digital zoom while recording videos. The microscope switches back to 1x as soon as you start recording. But you can take pictures with digital zoom. This is what they look like at different levels of digital magnification. Now let's do some soldering. This is the PCB from my cheapest amplifier video. I'm using a piece of masking tape to keep it in place. This is the first time I'm using a microscope while soldering, and I have to admit, it takes some practice to get used to looking at the screen and not at the PCB. But I think I'm getting the hang of it. This is so much easier when I can clearly see what I'm doing. Tell me in the comments if you think I did a good job or not. By the way, the microscope has a built-in microphone, and this is what it sounds like. And if you want to take a look at some full resolution pictures, I have a link down in the video description. A key feature of this microscope is its HDMI output. It will connect to external monitors and display video up to 4K 60 frames per second. The display on the microscope can be active at the same time, which is very useful. My monitor here is just 1080p, but the image still looks great, and it's nice to see no delay in the video stream. Another cool feature is the option to connect the microscope to a PC. The advantage of this is that you can save your photos and videos directly on the PC. On the downside, photo resolution is limited to 8 megapixels, not 64. And 4K video goes only up to 30 frames per second, not 60. Or at least that is in my case when I use the built-in Windows camera application. Some minor things I want to point out. These metal clips can be useful, but they're kind of short. If I'm working on a small PCB, they cannot reach it, and the microscope cannot go further back. Another thing I don't like is the wiring. It's too messy, but I assume they wanted to have this separate power connector to use with the holder for the slides. Still, if this cable fails, you may have a hard time replacing it. The stand is okay. It is solid enough, but moving this piece up or down is not a very elegant process. The menu and the buttons can be confusing at first. Make sure that you read the manual. The software lets you take photos in lower resolution if you want to, but the videos can be only recorded in 4K, either at 30 or 60 frames per second. You cannot take photos once you start recording a video. It is also strange that videos are saved in clips of 1, 3 or 5 minutes. You cannot take one long single video if you wanted to. Also, make sure that you set the time and date when you set up the microscope. That is the date that will be embedded in your photos and videos. But in my opinion, all of these are minor issues. Overall, the microscope works well and it's very good value. If you do a lot of soldering, or if your job requires close inspection of products, I think this microscope will serve you well. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below.